Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Kat. For today's video, I will be doing a week-long reading vlog, and it's also a reading challenge where a random number generator will choose how many hours of reading I will be doing for the week. I've done this before and I failed every single time. I'd get close, but I wouldn't be able to complete the challenge. I don't put any pressure on myself, so if I can't complete it, that's fine. Let's see how many hours I will be reading for this week. So it looks like we got 24 hours. I've had 24 hours in the past and I have not been able to complete it. So let's hope that this time I can. Today is Sunday, March 23rd. I am going to be doing some reading today. Maybe not a lot because Sundays are usually like my lazy days. Currently I am reading The Wicked King by Holly Black and I am on page 166. I read Cruel Prince last year and I had a hard time getting into it at first because of the writing style. It wasn't really my thing, so I wasn't a huge fan of it in the beginning, but once we got towards the end I was excited. I mainly was excited for Jude's growth because she now is in a powerful position, so seeing how she's going to work with that power and what she's going to do with it was something I was looking forward to. Carden, I do not like him. I did not like him in Cruel Prince, and so far I'm like kind of halfway through this book. I still don't like Carden. I just don't see him as a strong character. Like, I know he's gone through his traumas and people don't take him seriously as a king. They just think he's like this little boy who's on the throne. I don't really take him seriously as a king either. Maybe he'll have some growth later in the book or maybe the third book. I think Jude can do way better. I mean, she's a strong character. I think there's just so much more maturity and strength to her compared to Carden. In a perfect world, Carden would disappear, but I know he won't, and I know a lot of girlies love Carden. Please keep your pitchforks and your knives away from me. I'm just not a Carden fan. So far, The Wicked King is good. It's interesting. I prepared myself for the kind of writing I'll be getting myself into, so when I started Wicked King this year, I wasn't confused by the writing. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Bye. Hey guys, welcome back. Currently I'm at 21 hours and 56 minutes, so I was able to knock off at least 2-3 hours. I'm on page 253 of The Wicked King. I think I might be able to finish this today. Potentially. I'm going to dinner with some friends, so depending on when that ends and when I get home, that will determine if I finish the rest of this book. It's like 22 pages, so I'm kind of basically 100 pages away or less than that from finishing this book. So hopefully I do get to finish it today or tonight. That way I can continue on with another book. Today has been a pretty chill day. Like, I took a nap because on Sundays I have to take naps, and then I had pasta, and now I'm getting ready for dinner. I'm a girl who loves to eat, honestly. That's all I do, is just eat food and read books and write and enjoy my life. By the way, if I'm like constantly wiping at my eyes, it's because I put my contacts on and some of the solution kind of dripped out. So far in The Wicked King, we have a lot of stuff going on. A lot of scheming, a lot of betrayals, a lot of plans going into motion or plans being thwarted. I just have to give props to our girl Jude. She is going through the motions. Like, there was this one particular part of the book where she was kidnapped and brought down to the sea, where she was held captive by the sea, ocean sea queen. It was crazy what she had to endure, what she had to do to like kind of trick them into pretending to be loyal. I felt so bad for her because she endured so much. And now she's out of that because Carden made a bargain with the sea queen for Jude. Now Jude is back on land, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen next and what she's going to do. Hopefully she gets her revenge, because this girl, after all that she's been through under the sea, she deserves her revenge. You know what? I'm really enjoying this book. I'm gonna be so honest. I thought that this book would be okay. Like, yeah, it'd be fine. You know, especially because this world is so fantastical and whimsical. Sometimes it's so different from the real world that warping your mind around this fantasy world is odd, a little even uncomfortable. But I've come to really enjoy this world that Holly Black has created, and it's just crazy because it's not soft and lighthearted. Like, the creatures in this world are evil and conniving. You just can't really trust anybody. Again, I am rooting for our girl Jude. I am hoping that she's able to like kill some bitches, because a lot of people have hurt her and she now needs to exact her revenge. I will update you guys in the next clip. Bye. Hey guys, today is Monday, April 23rd, and I'm here to report that I finished The Wicked King. I gave this book 4.5 stars. I had a great time. The beginning half was okay. I mean, there's a lot of plans going into motion, lots of scheming, just the beginning of things. And then once you kind of got past that, then things started to ramp up real fast. Just a couple thoughts. First, our girl Jude needs a break. Like, this woman deserves a break. She is going through it literally by everyone she's trusted, and it's so sad. I feel so bad whenever something terrible happens to her, she's going through something. I'm like, this woman literally does not catch a break. She's not catching breaks. She's catching problems. She's catching betrayals. She is not catching a break. But I know that she's very strong, as she has proven through the first 2 books. Third book, I'm sure she's going to be even stronger. Carden, I know I've mentioned that I'm not a fan of his. That still stands, but towards the end of this book, he's grown on me just a tiny bit. Just a tiny millimeter. I always thought that he wasn't a strong character, but then towards the end of this book, we see that he's understanding his powers and abilities that he can channel from the earth. Also, him exiling Jude after making her queen of Elfhame with him and his wife, it seemed very out of the blue, but I know it's strategic. Like, Carden is somebody who's very devious. He always has a reason for everything he says and everything he does. So I'm sure Jude's exile has a purpose too. Like, he's not gonna make the woman he loves his wife and his queen and then suddenly just exile her. I actually started to kind of like the writing. I got over how weird and whimsical it is. Like, it wasn't really my favorite type of writing, but I kind of started to like it more in this book, and I enjoyed how Holly Black has created this world through her writing. I think in the third book I'm going to enjoy her writing even more because now I'm used to it and I understand it. Speaking of this world building, I really do love this world that Holly Black has created. It is dark. I mean, none of these creatures are nice, and you can't really trust anybody, and you should not strike a bargain with anyone anyways, because there's always going to be some sort of deceit going on. Holly Black has definitely created a dark fairy tale, a dark world for these creatures and for Jude to have to navigate. And it definitely is not like a fun, whimsical, you know, lighthearted type of world. It's cruel. It's a cruel, dark, harsh world. I was rooting for Taryn, y'all. I was rooting for Taryn. I thought Taryn will have a redemption arc in this book. I was hoping that Jude and Taryn can work together as twin sisters and take down terrible people, but no, that did not happen. Aside from that, I did really like this book. I think it really built upon the last book. I didn't expect myself to enjoy it as much as I did, but I do admit I had a fun time and definitely looking forward to the third book, but I will take a break before diving into the third book. Now I have to pick out what I will read next. Okay, so this is my March TBR, and I'm gonna choose a book from this pile. I don't know what I really want to read. I am kind of torn between 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle or Dark Days Deceit at the bottom here. Dark Days Deceit is the last book in a trilogy that I'm really just trying to finish, so I am leaning towards this just so I can finish it, but 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle is also calling my name, so I don't know what I really want to read. I might actually just go with Dark Days Deceit so I can finish this trilogy and call it a day. For my next book in this reading vlog challenge, I chose Dark Days Deceit by Alison Goodman. This is the third and final book in a trilogy. From what I remember last of this book, because it's been like years since I last read the second book, it's basically about a female character named Lady Helen who has the ability to see demons and banish them, and there's a group of people who are able to do that. They're like demon hunters, and they're called the Dark Days Club. That's what they're a part of. Very reminiscent of like a gentleman's club. I'm not looking forward to too much, but I'm just ready to finish this trilogy. I believe it's about 400 pages long. I have about 19 hours left for this reading challenge. I'm hoping to just run through this, and that way I can put it away. I'll see you guys later. Hey guys, I am currently at 16 hours and 5 minutes in terms of my time, and I have a confession to make. I am enjoying Dark Days Deceit. I can't believe I said that. I am on page 115 right now, And oh my goodness, this is so weird because I did not think I'd like this book. I had my heart set on the fact that I was not going to like this book. I dreaded reading this book too because I didn't have the best experience with the second book. I am really enjoying this book, even though it's a historical fantasy, which historical books haven't been my thing. I don't know if the second book suffered from second book syndrome and that's why I didn't enjoy it, or maybe I just wasn't in the place to read this kind of book at the time. I think it's because between when I read the second book and this book now, I've had so many experiences and my reading taste has changed. I know that. I've been enjoying Alison Goodman's writing a lot. Like, I love the way she writes. I love the way she describes. And I think because I've been writing my story, I'm reading this from more of a writer's point of view or writer's lens. And so I'm appreciating the way this author writes. I also love how the romance isn't the main focus, and I really miss those kind of YA books where the romance was definitely a side plot. There's some yearning and tension here and there, but nothing that's in your face. I'm gonna go work out, I'm gonna go shower, and then I'll probably continue with this book. See you guys later. Hey guys, welcome back. Today is Tuesday, March 25th. And I'm currently at 14 hours and 30 minutes into my reading challenge. And I am currently on page 161 of The Dark Days Deceit. I'm here to report that I'm still enjoying the series and I'm still loving it. I think the trick is to just go in with no expectations or very low expectations, because that's what I had when I first started reading this book. Granted, it is slow. The structure of the book isn't really my favorite because the chapters are long and the paragraphs of inner dialogue or inner monologues are very, very long. Sometimes when you have long chapters and long paragraphs, then it makes for a slower reading experience. Again, I'm just 160 pages in. There's like 400 something pages in total in this book, so there's a long ways to go. But I think that I'll be able to still get through it. I'm pretty sure I'll fly through this book. I enjoy Lady Helen's character. She's not the strongest female character I've read. She definitely does not have that like female rage. And a lot of it is because of the times in which etiquette and mannerisms and all that is so important for a lady. And her reputation in society is very, very important. It's probably the most valuable thing she has. I kind of like that she's a more mellow main female character. I do like the main love interest, Lord Carlston. There's something about him that just exudes masculinity. Maybe it's in his intelligence and his knowledge. I love men who have a brain, you know, like I don't care how they look. They don't have to have like all the muscles and the toned body and everything. If they have a brain, that to me is a very attractive feature. If they have emotional intelligence, that to me is a very attractive feature. This is definitely not a very steamy book at all, by no means. It is very low, almost no spice. Actually, no, yeah, there's no spice. There's probably a couple kissing scenes. There is a lot of yearning and there is tension in the way they look at each other and they communicate through their eyes. I love that so much. That to me is the most intimate thing, when two characters who clearly have feelings for each other, they're communicating through their eyes. Oh my god, I love it so much, and there's a lot of that in these books. I will continue reading the story and then update you guys later. Hey guys, today is Wednesday, March 26th. In terms of my reading challenge, I have about 11 hours left, and I'm still reading The Dark Days Deceit, but I'm at the halfway mark now, so I'm at like page 200 something, and I'm pretty sure I'll reach page 300 today. I'm liking it. Even in the middle bits of the book, I'm still enjoying it, which is interesting because in most books, especially most fantasy, once you kind of hit that middle mark, there's a bit of a lull. With every book that I read, even the books that I'm excited for, I'm just gonna go in with little to no expectations because I feel like that's the best way to handle it. In terms of story itself, there is a like boss level demon called the Grand Deceiver that our main characters are trying to defeat. And it's predictable. I already know who this Grand Deceiver is. It's not deceiving at all. It's very, very obvious. Even knowing that and predicting that, I am still enjoying the trajectory of the story. So I'm gonna go inside my house now and I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Good morning, guys. Today is Wednesday, March 27th. In terms of my reading challenge, I am at 8 hours and 17 minutes, and I am on page 360 on the Dark Days Deceit. I think this is the first time where I might actually be able to finish this challenge. I think I can do the 8 hours by Saturday. Quick update on Dark Days Deceit. Again, we are doing good. I mean, there are some bits of the story, because it's the middle part of the story, where it gets a little boring. There is some repetition as well, but that's pretty common in YA fantasy, especially those from back in the day. There's a lot of filler scenes going on. There's dialogue scenes that I feel are unnecessary, and scenes that don't really push the storyline forward, and they don't really push the characters forward too. So it's just kind of there, and I get it. Like, I guess during this time period, conversation is a huge thing. People didn't have a lot to do, so they would just kind of talk to each other. I think I'll be able to finish the rest of the book today. I'll see you guys later. Bye. I just learned that Dark Days Deceit is actually 520 something pages long and not 400 like I thought. I have a lot more to go. I am on page 408, so I could say I'm almost there, but not. And I'm kind of sad. I really wish it was 400 pages, like my delusional self thought. Hey guys, it is currently 10 p.m. I have about 2 hours and 53 minutes left on my challenge, so I will be able to finally complete the challenge. I am happy to report I finally finished the Dark Days Deceit. Also, I am messy butting it because, girl, it is nighttime. I finished brushing, showering, everything, and about to head to bed. But I wanted to just film this video quickly. I do have some thoughts on Dark Days Deceit, so let me get that out of the way and then we'll choose my next book. I overall gave this book a 3.5 star. I know I mentioned in previous clips that I am liking this book to my utter surprise, and that still stands. I did enjoy this book way more than the second book. I will say I enjoyed it up to like 300 pages, and then after that it dwindled. Something I really liked about this book is the writing style. I love Alison Goodman's writing style. It is so beautiful. I love how she describes this time period and the clothes people wore, the customs and traditions of this time, and how ladies are meant to behave, how gentlemen are meant to behave, what's appropriate, what's not, all that stuff. So she went in depth. She definitely did her research, and it shows. As much as her writing is beautiful, it is also at times overly detailed. We get long chunks of paragraphs where she's just describing clothes, or what other people around her are wearing, or what other people around her are doing, or a building, or the town, or the roads. And there's nothing wrong with that, because I could see everything that this author is writing down. Like, I could imagine it in such clarity. However, because the long paragraphs are just nothing but description, it kind of slows down the reading experience, and it drags as well. Also, Lady Helen, her characterization, she's a strong character, strong female character, but she's also not somebody who has to be very extroverted about it. She is strong. She still has to uphold the rules and the traditions and the mannerisms of a lady of this time. So there's so many times she had to bite her tongue because she can't speak out of term and whatnot, and she can't talk back to her family members who are awful to her. There's a lot of strength in having to hold back your tongue, and I love that that is shown with this a female protagonist. So I'm really glad that we got that, because there are a lot of female characters in fantasy where they're just snippy and they talk back, which nothing's wrong with that. We love a nice feisty female protagonist, but it's also nice to see that there's strength in holding back even when you want to just let it out. I also liked the touch of romance between her and Lord Carlston. It definitely is not steamy, not spicy. Very, very slow burn as well. There is yearning and there is tension, but it's not the main focus. It's definitely a subplot. There are a couple downsides. Like I said, after page like 300 something, the story starts to really drag and become very slow. And honestly, after page 400 all the way till the book ended, which is 520 something, I started skimming a lot of the paragraphs. Like I mentioned, there's so many paragraphs of just description. It really doesn't serve a lot of purpose for the story itself. It's more so for describing the setting and really pulling you in. I feel like the sequence of events were not placed well, because on page 300 something, there's a very like anticlimactic scene that occurs, and then you're on this high from this scene, and then you come down, and then you have 200 more pages to go, and there's such a slowdown after the climactic scene, and you just kind of have to drag yourself to the next climactic scene. I don't know what happened after page 300. There was just, things started to go downhill, at least in my experience. There was repetition, a lot of it. There were some plot holes and larger paragraphs. And so I don't know if the editing just kind of became non-existent. Overall, it was a good book. I don't know if I want to give this series away or keep it, because like I said, I love the writing so much. It makes me want to keep the trilogy when I originally wanted to give it away after finishing the third book. We'll see when I do my unhaul at the end of the year. Now let's pick out our next book. Okay, so I have some options. I don't think I want to read Glow of the Everflame because it is a thick book and I just finished a thick book. Throne of Glass, I do want to start this, but I do want to also do an individual vlog of my reading experience, so I might actually read this in April. And then I do want to read Lies of Locke Lamora, but I also don't want to start a new series, especially one that's unfinished. And I still would love to read 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. A part of me wants to read City of Glass just to continue on this this series, because I haven't finished it yet, so I don't really know. I do want to read Watermoon. I don't think I want to read Saga and Keeley's at the moment. I just don't feel like it's the right time. So I don't know. Okay, decision made. I think I'm going to do the 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. The book I decided to choose is The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle by Stuart Turton. This has been on my shelf for a while, so it's about freaking time that I get to it. This book is basically about Evelyn Hardcastle, who dies or gets murdered at a party that's held at her house, and there's another main character named Aiden who wakes up as a different guest in the body of a different guest from that party until he finds out who murders her. I really don't know like what genre this falls into. It does say it's like a gothic mystery. Feels like it's some sort of fantasy, but we'll read it and we'll find out. I'll probably start this tonight and then I will let you guys know how it goes. Good morning. Today is Friday, March 28th, and I don't have an update for the 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle because I literally just started this last night and I'm on page 8. So there's not much to update, but I did want to mention that this book has something really cool, and that is a map, which you only usually see in fantasy books. Apparently this is where the whole book takes place. It's where the party takes place, where Evelyn dies. Again, you usually see maps in fantasy books, not really thriller mystery books. So this is going to be new. Unless this is a fantasy book, then that's a different story. I just thought that was cool and I just wanted to share that. Hey guys, welcome back. So I am happy to report that I finally finished my reading challenge. I finished my reading challenge at 8:30 p.m. today. That means I completed the 24 hours, I think it was 24 hours, that I was supposed to read for the week. So I am done, guys. Finished for the first time. Finally. I'm so happy. I'm so glad that I got to do it. It feels like a sense of accomplishment. I'm still reading the 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. Oh my god, look at all my oily fingerprints. That is disgusting. Okay, I'm making it worse. But I'm on page 78 right now. I'm having a good time with this book. It's actually very interesting, very intriguing what's going on, and how the main character, he's waking up in all these different bodies and experiencing the world and experiencing the day through these different guests. There's a lot of mystery going on even within the first 78 pages. My brain is already trying to piece the puzzle and the mystery together to find out Evelyn's killer. It's so different from other mystery thrillers I've read. Granted, I don't have quite the experience with a lot of them, but from the ones I have read, this is definitely different, definitely new and refreshing. I do enjoy the writing in this book too. It's funny. There's a lot of English humor in here. It's also confusing because the main character jumping from body to body, he's very confused. He doesn't know what is going on, and the author is able to really express that confusion. The author is able to distinguish each guest that the main character wakes up in. He's also experiencing what that guest is like he's experiencing their personality, their character, their mannerisms, their thought process, and everything like that. And the author is able to distinguish one from the other. And that I'm having a good time. I'm definitely enjoying this, and I'm just going to continue reading it, and hopefully I finish this soon so it can be part of my March wrap-up. If you stuck around with this reading vlog, thank you so much for being here, and hopefully you're having a wonderful rest of your day or night or morning or evening, whatever you're doing, wherever you are. I will see you guys next time. Bye!